This week, the Garage Gang examines a killer truck conversion, followed by an aggressive Mopar makeover and a way to fight the effects of the elements. Next on Motorhead Garage, presented by Top Coat.
Welcome to another edition of Motorhead Garage presented by Top Coat. Well, just a few episodes ago, we saw our friends from Flat Out Autos, and they brought in an amazing Corvette conversion, as well as a pickup truck that just blew us away. And they had another concept on the drawing board, and we saw a few renderings of that. Well, guess what, John? That concept is a reality, and your jaw is on the floor.
Not often am I at a loss for words, Dave, but this one's a jaw dropper, no doubt about it. Hey, is it a K5 or is it a 2018 Tahoe or possibly both?
The answer is C, it is both. Well, this is built on a 2018 Tahoe, and from here up, you're all 2018 Tahoe. From here down, K5, 1969 era, great looking vehicles, both of them.
Absolutely, and what did it take to do it? Well, it's amazing. Think about it. I mean, this thing is all steel. This is not a kit. We're talking about over thousands of hours of bodywork in here to put these panels together to make it look like a K5. I really love the line there, Dave.
Well, a ton of attention to detail. This line here makes it look like you want to pop the top off, just like a 69 K5. And they another touch here is they left the fuel tank in the stock position, so you don't have to worry about going inside like some of the resto mods that are out there and trying to find where the fuel goes.
Absolutely amazing. On the back end, the whole build on the back is the old bumper of the old pickup truck. I mean, it's on there. It looks perfect. It blends in. It works. Everything works. Moving up to the tires. Check it out. One-off rims right there. Everything you would see on an old school Blazer right there. Even the hub recessed in the center with the lug nuts in the middle. Hard to tell it apart, but man, you're sitting on a chassis that's a 2018. You're riding great, but you're looking even better.
That's the perfect vehicle. You ever ride with somebody that says, well, they don't make cars like they used to? Well, guess what? This is for that person, because this car rides just like a new one. Looks just like an old one, and I think it's perfect.
Yeah, and you know, when they stop at the gas station on the way here, and that's not very often, right, Dave?
No, they stopped one time in a 500-mile drive. So talk about fuel efficiency. Take that, 1969.
You got that right. They have to look at the actual inside, and you look at the panels and the rockers. That's the dead giveaway. And that's really the only giveaway till you look inside. Man, the interior, nice little touches there. It's 2018. The technology's there. Every amenity's there. But talk about the houndstooth.
Well, they did, you know, the attention to detail again. They did all the seats, all the interior in-house, and that houndstooth was a feature we saw in 1969. You just don't see that these days.
Yeah, I mean, you're driving a 2018 Tahoe, and you know, we're going to take it for a drive a little bit later, but man, this thing was a jaw dropper at SEMA. I mean, people were gathering around looking at SEMA. It was a showstopper, no doubt about it. They did the reveal there, and man, this is the one. I got to see it, and I know there was a crowd around it.
Now look at the work that went into the hood. How much sheet metal work went into that, making it look like the 60s.
Yep.
It's incredible.
Think about that. I don't want to give away their trade secrets, but man, this thing is just done meticulously perfect. It has to be formed. It looks just like the old Blazer, but once again, guess what's under the hood? Brand new technology. I mean, everything from computer command, the drivability, the engine, 2018, and once again, bam, our rims on the front, our suspension, Z71 four-wheel drive. Take this joker off-road.
You got it. And to me, the thing that really jumps out the most, the grille. I mean, that's sort of the signature look of that K5, that era. And from the front, this thing is just knocks your socks off.
Everything. It looks all classic on the front. All the work is meticulous. These guys, when they do a job, they're going to do it right or not do it at all. It's simple as that. Now, the modern amenities inside, guess what? It drives like a 2018 Tahoe. So, Dave, even you can drive this one.
You know, John, if you've got a 60s era K5, chances are you're not going to be driving it in the rain. It's probably a trailer queen. You're probably not driving it very much anyway, but you're certainly not driving it in the rain because you're going to have leaky seals. The tires aren't going to work real well in the rain, but this is different. You can drive this any old time, wintertime, summertime, whatever.
Yeah, not to mention the wind noise. I mean, you're going to have all the wind noise. You're going to have a rag to all the dripping going on in your head out here in the rain. This one, not so much. And Dave, I am sitting over here in a 2018 Tahoe Ltz with heated seats, man. It's cold out. Heated heated seats, power windows, any creature comfort you could want.
Well, and you're driving it and you stop at the gas station, you forget why people are staring at you. You get out and you remember that you're driving something that looks like this.
That's the cool thing. It's a daily driver. You got all the modern amenities. I mean, traction control, ABS, lane departure. You even got rain sensing wipers over there. Everything you could want to drive this thing every day. And you know, you forget you're inside of this thing until, hey, you stop or people, there he is again. Somebody's out there waving or wanting to take a picture of it because it's so unique and it's put together well.
And it's so easy to drive because it's brand new. I was getting it out of the garage. It's got backup cameras, so you didn't have that back in the 60s.
No, you got everything you could want inside of here. And not to boot, you probably got more horsepower than you ever dreamt of back then. I mean, you got your regular LS motor under there with your 8-speed transmission. Everything's coupled on the suspension. It's all new technology, but man, I'm telling you, the beauty's driving this thing every day. They drove it 1,000 miles. That's the point of this. You're going to call them up at Flat Out Autos. They're going to go ahead and give you something you can drive every single day.
You got it. This is, again, we're in the wet. Testament to the drivability and the comfort of this thing. It's a winner.
There we go. We can drive forever, but we're going to go take a short break. You stick around. There's plenty more Motorhead Garage presented by Top Coat.
Motorhead Garage, presented by Top Coat, is brought to you by No Limit Engineering. We build them, we test them, and we drive them. Borla, the world's most winning exhaust. J-Bar, go topless, it's easy. Rhino Hitch, the most versatile adjustable hitch on the market. And by Top Coat. Don't just coat it, top coat it.
Dave, you could at least wash your car before you brought it into Motorhead Garage.
Yeah, I got to be honest. I didn't really notice. I grew up in Ohio, and this is just sort of a fact of life. You drive around with your vehicle looking like this for about 6 months out of the year. You just have that salt spray, and that's just sort of the way it is.
Salt. Oh, definitely salt. Not good, buddy, not good.
Thanks for confirming, by the way. And no, it's not good. It's terrible for your car. Growing up, 70s and 80s, you get cars rusting out from the salt. But salt wasn't as effective as it could be. The pellets were actually bouncing off the road. 70% of it actually wasn't staying on the road. So they discovered the brine that you see now. You see the spray trucks putting the brine out before a big snowstorm, and it does a great job of sticking to the road, keeping the snow and the ice off the road. But just like it sticks to the road, it's going to stick to your car, and it's going to stay on your car, and that's going to cause corrosion. It's terrible for your vehicle.
Yeah, not a good thing. But you don't have to worry. Our friends at NHOU Protective Coatings, they actually have a salt brine eliminator. Eliminates 99% of this stuff, man. Spray it on, bam, you're good to go.
Now, is that something you can do yourself?
Well, that's the beauty of it. You can absolutely do it yourself. You go to their website, they have all the different tools, the applicators, the chemicals to put in there and do it with. And the neat thing is, their tools actually have the wands that go into there with different angles and different configurations, so you can articulate that thing into all the different nooks and crannies up underneath your car, your fender wells, and you make sure you get all that brine off. That's good to go. Or you can take it to one of their certified installers that use their product. They'll do it as well. But that's step number one. Once you get all that off, you have to put a protective coating on it. And that's the beautiful thing about their coating, is it comes in black or clear and it goes on there. It's actually stopping the oxygen. That's the key.
Oh, and you think of it like a fire. Fire needs oxygen to keep going and to keep growing, and rust is the same way. It needs oxygen to oxidize the metal. And so if you stop that oxygen, it's going to stop the rust. It's like a cancer. It's going to stop it from spreading throughout your vehicle.
Yeah, and that's absolutely true. I mean, think about it. You paint over something, you've all done it, and you know, you sand it and you paint it, and 6 months later, bam, it's back. Same thing with the undercoating, the truck bed stuff. You spray it underneath there, it all looks good for a little while, but you're not doing the job. Just go to their website, check it out. They have the chemicals to do it, and they have the know-how to do it as well.
Now, all you folks up north, this is a must-have if you want your vehicle to last a good long time. NHOU Protective Coatings is the place to go.
Time now for Top Coat's tips and techniques.
Top Coat is just an incredible product. We've shown so many different facets of what you can do with this coating. We're talking anywhere from paint, like what Mike's doing, even tops like this beautiful cloth top. Now, mind you, this Ferrari here, this is a highly collectible car, but one, it's safe. Two, it's going to restore it, and three, it's going to protect it and keep it looking like new moving forward. So watch this. This is amazing. Not only this, but you can even do this isinglass part here, the plastic glass. So all you got to do is give it a spray like this, right, Mike? Mm-hmm. Put it in there, And I'm going to use a little more because this car's a little older and I want the product to actually get in there and saturate it a little bit. But then I'm just going to take my microfiber towel and literally just start pushing that product into that surface. No different than I would, say, buffing the paint, right? I'm going to catch the glass here a little bit, the plastic glass, and literally just like that. And of course it got on the paint, which is what you want because it's only going to add protection to that and shine, right? So we're literally doing everything with one product, Mike.
That's right. It's so simple, man. It's like, I hate to say the word dummy proof, but you know, it's just so easy to use.
Right, right. Yeah, and I mean, look at no time at all. Look how beautiful that turned out. And now I'm just going to literally go and start doing the entire top.
But what's cool, it'll keep it that way.
Right.
And when it gets dirty, it'll be continued to look that way when you keep using the product.
Well, easy release and non-stick coating characteristics as well. So if you want to learn more, you can always go to our website at topcoat.tv.
Now, most vehicles wind up in the junkyard with the OEM shocks still on them, and shock absorbers are a maintenance item. That shouldn't happen for the safety and the ride of the vehicle. Now, what's a shock absorber? Well, it controls spring oscillations, and here's how they work. You either have a monoshock, which is one big tube with fluid in there, and it passes from one side to the other. You could also have an air shock. Now this is pretty cool because you can see it's the same thing. You got little passages up in the top, but in the bottom there's pressurized gas chamber down there. And what that does, well, it pushes up on the piston and it keeps the fluid of pressure in the fluid so there's no aeration when it goes up and down, called jounce and rebound. Now a couple tests you can do to make sure your vehicle's in good shape. You can do a bounce or a jounce test. Just come over to the corner of the vehicle, push down on the bumper and watch it bounce. If it's going more than up, down, and up again and settling, you got a problem. You don't want it bouncing like a baby buggy. Visual inspection, take your shocks and look at them. Look and see if there's any leakage. You can grab it, you can extend it, you can retract it. This one here, well, it's a McPherson strut or a strut. Same thing, just look at it for leakage, look for any problems, but never take this nut right off here because it's located under tension with the spring. Replace your shocks and keep your vehicle riding like new.
Motorhead Garage, presented by Top Coat, coming to you from Borla Commerce Park.
Hey, thanks for sticking with us and welcome back to Motorhead Garage, presented by Top Coat. Well, we got behind us what the badge says to be a 5500 pickup truck, but it's really a 2500, but the point is it's a beefy pickup truck, and this bumper is not. But fortunately, this bumper is. I got Martin with me with Adrenaline bumpers. Martin, this is a beefy bumper. It belongs on that truck. Tell me about your company.
We've been around for about 4 years now building bumpers. We build for all the major manufacturers, so Ford, Dodge, Chevy, and GM. We also do some of the foreign truck builders as well as Jeep.
Now, this one belongs on that big, massive truck. Tell me about it.
Our bumpers are built out of 3/16 plate steel. They are double stitched for strength, so they're welded inside and out. We use a very resilient coating to make it so that they last a long time on your truck and are looking good for years.
Yeah, that's for sure. It's beefy, but also you got a lot of options. Tell me about the options.
Well, the customer can actually pick from a variety of different cutouts that we can do. This bumper itself has quite a few cutouts in it. We can do lots or as little as the customer wants. We can also do a winch plate cutout, so we can adapt it for anything that the customer's looking for.
Now, what about the LED lighting?
That's all aftermarket that we install in our bumpers, and it's something that the customer can order right out of the gate.
Now, how about installation? Is it hard or easy to install?
You know what? These are super simple to install, and we'll show you in the truck.
Let's put you to the test.
Sounds good.
Well, we got our factory bumper just about ready to come off. Martin, how did we get to this point?
Well, the model of truck that we're working on today, there's 4 19 mil bolts that hold the bumper itself on. We've got 2 10 mils on the side that are already out and ready to go. We just got to pull those bolts and we're ready to swap it out.
We could use a little muscle, but Dave's scrolling through the Facebook account for Motorhead Garage. Dave, you around? Can you give us a hand?
You got it.
I asked for muscle, but hey, I got you instead.
You got me instead.
That'll work. What you got going down there, Martin?
Okay, we're just pulling out the last of the factory bolts here,
All right.
and we'll be ready to swap it out. Okay, guys, we're ready to go.
Fantastic. Off it comes.
Straight out.
Cool. Go over here to the front, Dave. Set it down together. Perfect.
I'm afraid to drop this because it'll dent so easily.
Man, this thing with a ball peen hammer, you can put a shot in that piece of tin. This one, not so much.
Not a
Eat your
chance.
Wheaties.
Let's do it.
This is a beefy one. You ready? 3, 2, 1. Oh, I love this thing. Pick it up, line it up. I think you got to come your way here. There you go.
out a bit, Dave.
Out a bit.
There's the one.
I'll tell you, Dave, you can feel this actual coating on here, this bed liner.
Okay, there's
Thing
one.
grips.
Yeah, you're not getting this dinged up at all.
No, not whatsoever. And the pure weight of it alone, I mean, this
Down a bit,
thing
John.
is beefy. Which way, Martin?
Down a bit, John.
Down, got it. Right there.
This is a working bumper. This is tough.
There you go, guys.
Look at that.
All set?
Yep.
Hey, man, that looks good.
That's gonna look great.
Well,
Very
Dave,
cool.
you can head back to your Facebook account, buddy. I'm sorry to have to work you so hard.
Working on the John Gardner fan book page.
Martin, man, this thing here, there's a couple more adjustments. Let's walk through it. It's suspended. It looks good already. It looks phenomenal, but you made some provisions for making these adjustments.
Yeah, we do our own version of adjuster plates on the inside, so it gives the customer the options of going side to side, up and down, even on a diagonal.
And get that perfect body line all the way across.
Exactly. We're close right now, but we're going to tighten it up.
Now, one other thing also, the inner fender wells, I see they're dropping down a little bit just because of the look of it. It's going to fit the contour. What do we do with that?
Well, our bumpers are designed so somebody can run a larger than factory tire on their truck, and in order to do that, we're going to have to trim these off.
Oh, you got to love that. All the GMs were cutting the frame and everything. So
That's right.
You made provisions for that as well. So now let's talk about this logo a little bit. I mean, that's pretty cool. What can I put on my bumpers?
We customize all of our bumpers to whatever our clients are looking for. If they have company logos, if they have anything that they want to put on, we can cut it in. Depends on the configuration that's after.
Now, what about behind it? I see some stainless back there.
We can backlight it, we can do stainless, we can leave it blank. There's lots of options for the customers.
Now, I got a major concern as a Master ASC certified tech. I want airflow. I know there's EcoBoost, turbochargers, some things going on underneath. What if I have that system?
We can do any kind of custom cutouts you want for the EcoBoosts, and guys that want more airflow, we can cut in extra cutouts in the bottom, and then we back them with expanded metal and nice clean finish, and adds a lot more airflow to the truck.
Bottom line, go to your website. Where's that at?
That's adrenalinebumpers.com.
Well, check them out so you can change a whole facelift of your truck. You can have a beefy truck as well. Check them out on the web. We'll be back with more Motorhead Garage presented by Top Coat.
Motorhead Garage, presented by Top Coat, is brought to you by Trail Forged, rock-solid Jeep parts. Wild Horses 4x4, isn't it time you answered the call of the wild? Magic Creeper, the most versatile creeper ever. Rim Blades USA, protect your rims in style. And by Stud Clean, the only all-in-one hub and stud cleaning tool on the market.
Welcome back to Motorhead Garage, presented by Top Coat. And if you're like me and you're originally from up north, you know that salt is a necessary evil. It makes driving a lot safer in the wintertime, but it also does a ton of damage to your car.
As much as it pains me, I have to say Dave's right. As a matter of fact, there's $24 billion, and that's right, I said $1 billion of damage on vehicles today, from the salt on the roads and the brine causing damage. But it doesn't have to be that way, folks. That's why I'm here with Zach from Salt's Gone. Now, Zach, you got an easy, effective, and safe way to remove the salt so the car doesn't rust.
You know, salt is super cheap, but it wreaks expensive damage, right? And we've all seen that damage on our vehicles, and it's very apparent to the eye because it comes in the form of rust. We all know salt is extremely corrosive, and it gets into every nook, cranny, crack, and crevice of our vehicle. And unfortunately, until now, there hasn't been a good way to get rid of that salt and leave a protective barrier for the next time you take the car out on the road.
Now, how does it work? Talk me through the process of Salt's Gone.
Sure. So, of course, the weather is freezing outside, so we need a very low volume of water, a very concentrated chemical that literally bonds to the salt. And then imagine it creates a bit of a slip and slide, so the salt can't stick back to the vehicle and it's able to fall down to the ground.
So what you're telling me, every time I use it, I'll probably have to use it less and less because it's actually like waxing the car. I mean, it's protecting it.
It's exactly correct. It's the exact same principle, right? The more we use it, the better protection that we're going to have, but it will work absolutely instantly to remove that salt that you currently have on the vehicle.
Now, cars, that's one thing. I mean, that's a big problem, but multiple applications. You can use this for a lot.
Salt plagues everything. So from boats, you know, to the heavier industrial applications, the food processing industry, salt is so common, it's around us everywhere. And whether it's a car, a fleet truck, or a boat, it's corrosive no matter what it is. It's always going to default to destroying whatever it is that we've got.
Now, Zach, I see some hand applicators, but you also have a mobile rig. Tell me about that.
So putting people in business for themselves is a wonderful thing. And so just like not everybody's going to hand wash their car, not everybody's going to use this product themselves. And so they're going to want an applicator, somebody to come out that can once a week, once a month, whatever it might be, rinse that salt off of their vehicle, or park down at a boat ramp. When they pull their boat out of the water, you know, they want to rinse the back of the truck, the trailer, the boat. And right now, nobody is in that marketplace. Nobody has a mobile salt removing solution, and until today.
Yeah, we got one now. Matter of fact, Dave's out trying it. We put a ½ pound of salt on a vehicle. We're actually going to put it to the test.
Well, I've got the front half of the car done already. Super simple with Salt's Gone. All you got to do is use your portable unit. It's mixing it for you. So Salt's Gone is going through the hose along with some water. Rinse it right off. Salt comes off so easy. And it actually coats the car. So a bit of a sliding, slip and slide, I guess you'd call it. And all the salt will come right off next time you drive in the salty weather. And the next step, all we have to do is rinse it off with pure water. Now, of course, you might feel good if you're up north taking your car through the car wash, getting all that salt washed off. Well, guess what? Car washes recycle their water. Good for the environment, but bad for your car. You're getting all the salt from all the cars that have been through already. So we've done it here with a portable unit. John's got another way to do this. He's inside.
Now, it works great with the machine, but if you don't want that, you can just use the handheld unit. And you know, in the wintertime, the water's shut off. It's almost impossible to go out and hose it off. This makes it simple. And we have a lift here, but you don't need a lift. With the extension here of the hose and the bell cup, you can just put it underneath the vehicle. Now, I have the Salt's Gone solution in here, about 2 ounces to about 2 liters. The instructions on the bottle, just follow it. Pump it up, get you some pressure. And boy, right here, I got salt all over. I can't even get it off. If I scrub it, I can get a little bit of it off, but not really. So I'm going to go ahead and just spray it. And you would do this all underneath your chassis. Think about all these expensive components under here. Once you spray it, now in the other container, I got fresh water. So all I'm going to do is go back with the fresh water, rinse it off. Think about the distance, what I'm doing here, and the money I'm saving. It's an easy, simple way, and it works great.
Well, Zach, we've seen all kinds of ways Salt's Gone can help us. You can get the little hand sprayer here in the gallon jug. Do it yourself, clean the salt off of your car if you're up north, or if you're down by the beach, you can clean it off your boat. We've also seen the big unit here and how you can start your own business. Now, what if I want to get one of these, throw it in the back of my truck, and start my own business?
Well, then we would congratulate you and send you over to saltsgone.com. And from there, you're going to see some simple tutorials, how-to, but it's really, as long as you're able to fill up a water tank, point and shoot, it's pretty self-explanatory from there. So just go out, find that market, and knock the ball out of the park.
Piece of cake. And if you go to their website, you're also going to see what a great value it is, so be sure to check them out. We are out of time here on Motorhead Garage, and we hope you join us next week. In the meantime, if you know of a product you want to see on our show, be sure to email Jeff at masterstv.com. And until next week, we will see you once again on Motorhead Garage, presented by Top Coat.